The Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, has closed down a gas station which was the scene of a massive explosion in Accra earlier this week. Parts of the station were blown off in the explosion on Monday, which left one person dead and another in critical condition. The EPA has set up a technical committee to investigate the cause of the explosion, which will lead to an eventual shutdown of the gas station.
As you are aware, your radio station broke the story on Monday about a gas explosion. As part of the measures to gather data for the investigation and also for people to know what happened, the Environmental Protection Agency called the meeting of these stakeholders. This meeting was called to assess the situation so far, the way forward, and what should be done. A measure that has been taken is that the operations have been suspended. You realize that the tanker was discharging gas, and that is also a concern to the Environmental Protection Agency because it has its health hazards, certain implications. So we need to find a way of evacuating the gas that has been discharged into the tank. And so this was the discussion, and then a technical committee was set also to investigate the causes, and a terms of reference was developed. National Petroleum Authority is putting up a public notice as to how the place will be evacuated, and that nobody should buy gas from that station until further notice.
So until this report is concluded, they are not going to operate?
Yes, they are not going to operate. They are not supposed to operate. Nobody is supposed to go there. That's why we have, in conjunction jointly with the NPA and the other stakeholders, are issuing this notice to the public. It will come in the various languages that nobody, and the procedure that we are going to use in evacuating the gas will be told to the public.
Meanwhile, some residents have thrown their support behind the EPA's decision to close down the gas station. They say they've experienced 3 gas explosions at the same station since 2006.
What do you have to say about this closure?
Okay, we like it. I personally like it because when it started, we protested. But later on, we learned that environmental protection, AMA, and ministry had given approval, so they couldn't go back. So, well, if that is the case, we can also resist. So now that it has become possible, we like it.
Finally, it looks as if you've gotten what you wanted. How do you feel about the situation?
Brilliant. Good news. That's what we want, and we have it. So thanks to EPA, and thanks for listening to the voices of the community. That's what democracy is about, listening to the people, and within reason, supporting us. And this is a good result. So yes, I'm happy.
It's a good development because where the gas is situated, I think it is not a bad idea if EPA says it should be closed down. Because you know the vibration that we felt the other day, it was so huge. We thought it was an earthquake, and you know, we're all running helter-skelter. We don't even know what to pick from our rooms. Wow. Yes, so I think if they ask that it should be closed down for investigations to take place, I think it's in the right direction. We support that.
I feel so happy because when all those things happened, we couldn't just sleep. We are all the time thinking about it because we long for a long time that the place should be closed down, but we are not having the chance. But if they are coming in now to close down the place, then we'll be happy and grateful to them.
The WA police has arrested a 30-year-old suspected armed robber who is on the wanted list of the Ashanti Regional Police. Sadat Salifu was arrested at his hideout in WA with 2 others in a swoop conducted by the WA police Wednesday afternoon. The suspect is said to be linked with a number of high-profile robbery cases in the Ashanti region. Rafiq Salam reports from WA.
The Upper West Police swoop was to flash out criminals who are operating in the region.
Because of our patrols and due to intelligence gathered and collaboration with our counterparts in the Ashanti region, we were able to arrest some 3 criminals, suspected criminals of course. One, with our collaboration with Ashanti region, is a known criminal there who is being wanted by Ashanti region to run down here. So we grab him, and his name is Sadat. He's not in our custody, and we are trying to send him to Kumasi for proper identification. If he's snatching bags, what do you call motorbikes from students, especially these electronic gadgets from students at UST. That's the information so far we have. And I'm sure he's involved in other criminal activities. When he gets to Kumasi, we'll get the proper information.
The two others arrested with Adat Salifu are Sabatu Mahama, 30 years, and 19-year-old Majid Nasiru. ACP Nana Asumahini said police in the region will go any length to rid the municipality of criminals.
We are building up security. Perhaps if you go to town, you see what we are talking about. As at yesterday, the whole town was as quiet as the graveyard. And the assurance is that we are moving towards all the criminals within the one municipality and for that matter, or within the region of Upper West.
In another development, 30-year-old Nigeria compact Dex dealer has been arrested by the Domestic Violence and Victim Support Unit of the Ghana Police Service for allegedly defiling a 15-year-old junior high school girl. Uche Obi allegedly arrested the victim at knife point at Tindamba during the early hours of the morning. He dragged her to his room and allegedly defiled her, after which he fell asleep. Joy Afagbeji is the Upper West Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Police Service. The victim's screams from the suspect room drew the attention of passerby who came to the scene and rescued her at the time the suspect was sleeping.
The victim then managed to make an ingress in one of the windows and started shouting for help. Fortunately, some good Samaritans who heard her cries and called the father of the victim, who in turn knew a policeman and called him, an off-duty policeman. The off-duty policeman also radioed the patrol unit, who came to the rescue of victim. Suspect was arrested and brought to the police station, Dovsu, and interrogated. Victim was issued with medical forms, and the medical form confirms the fact that she has been defied. And so the suspect will be arraigned before court tomorrow.
Rafiq Salam's reports from Wa.
Still on security, and residents of Tumu in the Sisalais district of the Upper West region have blamed the upsurge of criminal activities in the community on the bad road network in the district. They say most of the roads in the district are in a deplorable condition. Joy News Upper West regional correspondent Rafiq Salam visited the community and reports that apart from the bad road network, there are also challenges on sanitation and water.
The Sisala East District is located in the northwestern part of Ghana, and Tumu is its district administrative capital. The district shares border with Burkina Faso to the north. The district prides itself as the breadbasket of the region, as it is noted for her high production of cereals and other food crops. However, the roads to these farming communities are deplorable. They are dusty, bumpy and flat during the rainy season. Woto Mahama Bawa speaks of the challenges they grapple with.
We have a lot of chips compound built by government, but there are no access routes to assist pregnant women to easily be carried here when there are emergency situations. So that is a very serious issue. Recently, Masara Ziki has also come in to help farmers. But you can realize that this is a very big challenge. All the very old culverts that were built in the 70s are broken down. And this is an institution that is not trying to help us. So we want to appeal to government so that if government can actually set in.
Another issue of concern for residents is the Tumu Dam. The dam, constructed over half a century ago, is now silted, unable to have enough water for domestic and irrigational purposes. A concern expressed by Paramount Chief of Tumu Traditional Area, Kwaro Richard Babini Canton.
The old dam, which was constructed in the 1940s, is now silted, such that it can no longer hold water. It cannot hold enough water to meet the demands of the outgrown population. In view of this, I will be extremely glad if government could consider providing the people of Tumu Township with a dam for domestic use.
A more worrying development is the upsurge of criminal activities in the Tumu Township and its neighboring communities.
the stealing in Tumu Township is rampant. I don't know whether the police have relaxed in their security patrols or something. I can't tell. I mean, it's as if it's an organized crime that today you hear they've stolen this person, tomorrow night is this person. We're actually facing that problem, so I think we are calling on the dissect. They should improve on their security patrols, especially in Tumu Township. And when we talk about the Tumu Walembalo Road, the armed robbery case, that place is very bad, especially between Wahabo and Kajikori. The stretch of that road is very long. There's no any community within that area. There's no any telecommunication network around that area. So the armed robbers have taken that opportunity to harass motorists in that area.
Residents complain the police release suspected criminals back into the society to hunt them.
But the challenge is when we send these criminals to the region, we don't know what happens. And for me, it is very difficult to give the police information now. Because if we give information to the district, they arrest such a culprit, send the person to war, then the person is released. It means the police who has done the arrest and the civilian who gave the information are all under threat. So I think we need to collaborate more so that we make sure when we pick people like that, they are scrutinized very well and face the rigors of the law.
Tumu District Police Commander ASP Benjamin Samani conceded the residents have a point, but was quick to add the police cannot be blamed entirely.
There was a case that was reported. We arrested the person. We felt we have enough evidence. In such cases, we take it to our regional offices. That is, we are ordered that such high cases, murder, robbery, and such rape cases should be sent to our regional offices for them to send this matter to the High Court. Most of them have been sent to the High Court, and the court have bailed some of them. In fact, the reason I cannot best tell. It's true that some of them are found in town, and it has become a threat, a potential threat to the people in the town. But that is court order. And police, we can't go more than that. When we do our part, we also put it to the court or before the court. Whatever court is, we don't have much to say.
On the allegation of harassment by residents, ASP Benjamin Samani said they were educating and insisting that riders wear crash helmets, a directive he says the indigents are unhappy about.
If you like, take your camera and then just look around. You will not see more than 3 people wearing crash helmets. And it's very serious. When one falls down, it's likely that he's going to hurt seriously. It happens and people even die. We try to educate them. By way of educating them, they see us as harassing them.
Residents also have challenges with sanitation, and one can see part of the community littered with plastic and liquid waste. They have 9 public toilets, but not all are functioning.
Sanitation for me in town is a challenge, and if you look at it now, we are abandoning public toilets. Today is an occasion that we have a lot of people gathered here. We cannot use household latrines alone. We need really to still work on the public latrines so that people can easily go to free themselves when they are in need, so that we can also embark on education and also let the communities know that they should be committed so that we can help to make it a success for us.
Residents want the challenges addressed by the appropriate quarters urgently because they say it affects their day-to-day survival. Rafiq Salam's report for Joy News.
Let's go to the Ashanti region now, where we are told that water supply to 3 public institutions in Kumasi has been disconnected as the Ghana Water Company gets tough on consumers who have defaulted payment of tariffs in the region. Now, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Kumasi Polytechnic, and the Kumasi Central Prisons Quarters will have no water until they settle their bills. Officials of the utility providers say clients have failed to pay for about 25% of water they've already consumed. Joining us on the phone for an update is Ohemin Teria, a reporter on the beat in the Ashanti region. Hello, Ohemin.
Hello, Kabra.
Ohemin, what's with this latest move by the Ghana Water Company?
Yes, the Ghana Water Company's decision to disconnect water supply to clients who have defaulted for over a year now in paying their bills comes from the fact that the Ministry of Finance on February 26th issued a directive asking all MMDAs and then government agencies and departments to settle their bills to utility providers. And Ghana Water Company officials say they have held several discussions with defaulting institutions, individuals and companies to pay up the bills, but this has actually fallen on deaf ears. So the decision, the action is to ensure that they retrieve at least 25% of bills or water supply that are left unaccounted for in order to also sustain them in the business. So that is why they are into this particular move.
I see. I'm particularly interested in the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. So as of now, there's no water supply to the school. Is that the case?
Yes, as at last night when I checked at the university campus, the students were resorting to boreholes, especially at their halls of residence. But some of them who have been relying on water supply from Ghana Water Company had to travel to other halls to also get access to water. And then the lecturers and the workers of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, they also don't have water because their water have been disconnected. So that is how come they are in this particular situation. But let me say that they owe up to the tune of 6 million Ghana cedis assets between January 2014 and December 2014. And Kumasi Polytechnic, for instance, also owes the Ghana Water Company. So between these three institutions, the prison courses, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and that of the Kumasi Polytechnic, is about 7,283,000 Ghana cedis.
I mean, can you tell us whether or not authorities are trying to negotiate some sort of payment plan for water to be restored to these facilities, these three facilities you speak of?
Yes, I spoke to a highly placed source at the university, and then the confirmation I had was that the university authorities are making efforts to negotiate with the water company, but this time around it will be at the ministerial level. So the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Water, Housing and Water Resources will be meeting to deliberate on this particular matter to find a amicable solution. So definitely the solution will be in line very soon.
I mean, how bad is this situation for people who owe the Ghana Water Company in the Ashanti region? How bad is the situation over there?
Yes, I spoke to the communications manager, Mr. Santinampa, who indicated that in the Ashanti region, they supply 100%. So out of 100%, customers or clients are able to pay up to 75%. So the remaining 25% are indebtedness. So that is the situation now. But I thought a company like Ghana Water Company being able to collect 75% of water supply to the people was enough. So there were no red flags. But he said that no, for Ghana Water Company, they have to account for every drop of water because of the high cost of production and then the maintenance of equipment at the dams where they work. So for them, 25% is outrageous, and they have to ensure that they collect everything that they supply to the people.
Okay, so today is the Ashanti region. Can we say for sure that this particular act is going to be replicated across the country?
Yes, it's a nationwide exercise. My checks review a few days ago, they were at the Tamale metropolitan area. So very soon, the action will be replicated in all the other parts of the country. So it's not only in the Ashanti region. And as we speak now, the task force, two task forces are in place. They are going around checking who owes the company, and then they'll be doing the disconnection. So the exercise is within 100 days, where Ghana Water Company wants to improve on service delivery and at the same time also improve on revenue.
So within 100 days, within the next 100 days, we are to expect the Ghana Water Company toward the entire 10 regions of the country as they try to retrieve monies owed them.
Yes, the exercise it started on 1st April, so that is from 1st April for the next 100 days. Ghana Water Company will be on the ground to ensure that all the people who owe them pay their bills or they get their water supply disconnected.
Oiminteria, thank you so much for that update there. We're taking a break here. We'll be back with some more news.